Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host, business partner James Mason. Good morning, James. How you doing today?
Todd, good morning. Todd, by the way, I see your nuts.
Today is National Almond Day. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah. For anybody who had their mind in the gutter, y'all are messed up.
But seriously, as I was looking up National Days things, do you know why they call almond milk almond milk? No one would drink if it was nut juice.
Oh my God.
This is what you guys get when it's a slow market. You're getting dad jokes from James and I.
Oh God, that's good. That is good. All right. How you doing today, Todd?
I'm doing well. Actually, I ran these by my daughter this morning, and she goes, "You think you're so funny?" And I'm like, "Well, you laughed." And she's like, "They actually are funny." I go, "I'm going to use them on the YouTube show today." She's like, "Oh, they're going to like them. They're going to love them." All right, let's get in at it.
All right. Man, I can't even remember what we're supposed to talk about now with that.
We're going to talk about retail traders and all right.
All right, well, let me start off. Okay, so Dow futures currently down 125 points. S&P 500 futures are down 18 points. And you know what? Let's start off. We'll just looking at the overall SPY chart. All right. So here we are on the daily chart with SPY. So we can see this bounce that we've been talking about, this potential rejection, and this is the weird area that we're in. Now, overall, this is a bearish pattern, but with how much the Fed is willing to manipulate the market and how much disinformation there is out there in the market related to the Russian-Ukraine situation going on and pretty much everything else that the United States government releases out to us. This is where we stand currently in the market. So yesterday we had this gap up on the SPY, and we can see that it went up and touched that non-EMA. We're currently down just a little bit, but with the way that the SPY has been moving the last few weeks, I mean, we're only down not even 2 points. So this is really nothing. Now, this is, and I could be wrong. My timing could be off here. But this is what I'm waiting for. And I probably still won't trade today. I traded a little yesterday, but the market just wasn't really working out. I mean, I made really just a few bucks in profit. It was just kind of, I don't know, just kind of flat. We were trading Apple, and I mean, it really just didn't do much. So anyways, what I'm waiting for, and I seriously probably won't even trade today because I need to see this setup overall in the market, is I need to see if today is going to finish out green as in a strong bullish candle on the SPY, or if it's going to print a strong red candle for direction. Obviously, if it's going to print a strong green candle, then we're probably going to have a true bounce here, and the market will go back up, at least probably for the next 2 weeks, in my opinion.
Well, that's in line with the Olympics being done, the Ukraine pending possible war, and the Fed's market interest rate hike that's coming. And I think we have a lot of chop going to take place until all those things are done.
Exactly. Now, if it prints off a strong red candle, then well, I guess people ain't really believing their BS. So that's good. But that's what I'm really going to be looking for here is what the SPY is going to do today. And I need to see, I don't need to see just a slight little green or red candle. I need to see something significant for direction. So that's what I'm looking at overall for my next move. Well, before I plan my next move. Now, Todd, let's kind of get into what we were talking about. Pre-market.
Okay, we talked about retail traders, and when you look at the volume of the market and the money in the market in the crypto, we keep saying, "Where's the money? Where's the money?" And I was having a conversation with a fellow peer in the business about it, and was talking about memberships and what's going on. I think there's a lot of what we call dumb money, and I don't mean that. I'm not trying to be mean when I say that, but we refer to it as retail traders being dumb money. Just as it's not readily available money right now, like when people were getting federal stimulus checks, and I think there's a lot of people who just aren't in the market anymore. And we look at our business model, we look at other business models in the business. We're doing well with what we do, but I was talking to one guy. He's down 2/3 in memberships.
That is insane. When we're literally like, we closed off membership. I don't even remember when do we even close off membership?
Right? Was it right before Christmas?
Yeah, sometime in December, I believe.
Yeah.
But we closed off membership because just having too many people. And I mean, we're not even down 10% from all-time highs. It's probably like 7 or 8%. And I mean, we literally had to close off access just because it was just too many people coming in and trying to onboard them, trying to get everybody caught up. And I mean, wow. But don't get me wrong, I'm thankful, so thankful that our business is doing pretty well. But it is weird because, you know, that peer, our business model, like comparing us to that peer, and for obvious reason, guys, we're not going to tell you who that peer is. Nor would they want us to tell y'all, because this is private information. But that peer and us, I mean, while we're in the same industry, we do completely two different things. And like, they're pretty much geared towards, what would you say, Todd, the newer trader, I guess? Like the brand
yeah. Brand new green. Yep, I would agree with that.
Yeah, they're on the teaching side of everything. So, man, it's crazy. And it's also interesting because that peer is a powerhouse in this industry, I would pretty much say. And to see them down 2/3 is a good indication of how much money has left the market. Which, I mean, if we go back and look at when the stimulus checks started being pushed out and look at the crypto market, look at the overall market, the dumb money wasn't so dumb. They invested that money and flipped it. And I remember when people were saying that they were going to do it. Don't get me wrong. I'll admit I was so wrong about them. I said it was dumb that with their stimulus checks, they were going to use it to trade with, because you should never use money that you need for bills. And that was really to keep people up because nobody was working. And now I obviously don't know everybody's financial situation, but I'm willing to bet that a lot of people who did invest their stimulus money probably really needed that money, but they probably turned out better flipping it. And I just think that kind of like all things lined up in the world at the same time to make it work out for them. But nonetheless, dumb money wasn't so dumb, and they flipped their stimulus checks. And looking back on it, we can obviously see it in the market, see it in crypto, and now it's probably split, and there's really no way to tell. You know, probably half those people made a killing, and then the other half probably made a killing and then lost it all. So really, there's a lot of money that was pulled out, and I don't know, maybe that could be our explanation as to why the market's so weird right now. We had that influx of money, about a year and a half ago, and then it's not there anymore. So, you know, I mean, maybe that's a good reason why a lot of these stocks are just kind of flat, especially some of these ones that release catalysts and are not really getting that momentum that they once was. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it.
Another thought, and I'm not trying to be political with this next thought, is there something to the fact that we have a different president than the last president? Because the last president clearly was about less regulations and helped the marketplace considerably. And the new administration has brought back some of those regulations and may have slowed our growth a little bit in the marketplace.
Yeah. So, I mean, that pretty much leads us to where we are today. I'm just curious, like once you get that taste of trading and winning, I wonder if those people are going to come back. But also, too, what money are they going to come back with? Not saying that they don't have money. I'm just kind of thinking aloud. Because chances are the money that was pumped into the market, it will never be to that level. I don't want to say again, knowing our government. Knowing our government, we'll give stimulus checks to some terrorist organization to not go to war, and they'll invest it all into crypto or some bullshit and pump it up. But yeah, so that's pretty much what we're talking about with the overall market: money moving in, money moving out, and really the lack of it. Volume has picked up tremendously since the stimulus checks, but now it is significantly died off in both the crypto world as well. So interesting stuff. It'll be interesting in a couple of years from now to actually look back on the studies that are done about it and to see what truly happened and to what significance it was.
So, yeah, I'll be really curious to see here very specifically GME money, GameStop, and AMC money. Who really won in there? Because I don't think we know at this point.
No. So other than that, man, still just waiting on any kind of pre-market news and nothing.
Yeah, so literally this is crazy. The last several days, I get up between 7 and 7:15, turn my computer on, look at my gap scans, and the same 2 or 3 that are there at 7 a.m. are still there now, which is so unusual. Usually there's like a 7:30 spike or an 8 o'clock spike or an 8:30 news spike, and the same tickers, if you're not up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and literally catch them in the same 1 minute candle, it is tough.
The thing is, you can't trade them. Like,
yeah, you got to be like, you almost have to be in them ahead of time, and you're like waiting on them, and then in doing that, like for example, I got a couple bio stocks that I'm swinging, and I have been for a while. That you're in them, and you're red for weeks at a time, and then when the news hits, you got to be ready for an order to go through.
And that's pretty much been the way it has been for a while. I mean, you can't. The volume's just too low on them to even do anything with it. All right, so let's Todd, let's talk about DWAC real quick.
All
right. So do you have that message?
Yeah. So yesterday, I'll pull this up for you guys, show it to you. On Truth Social, your boy posted that.
Let's see, what does it say? Get ready,
your favorite president. We'll see you soon. That was his first post on Truth Social yesterday afternoon.
I'll be honest, guys. This doesn't matter whether you love Trump or not. I'm just talking about the stock, DWAC. I mean, you guys can probably tell who I pretty much voted for.
What's her name?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I have a hard time believing that this merger is going to go through with DWAC. I'll be honest. Okay, I'll just say it. I voted for Trump. There's a lot of shit I like about Trump. There's a lot of shit that I'm just like, WTF, Trump, what are you doing right now as well? But with the cards that we were dealt with, if I had to pick a side, and even looking back on it, it would still be Trump, hands down. I mean, until they get better people in the process, I mean, that's just the way it is. But I'll be honest, Trump is a shit businessman. And I'm not saying that to bash him. Again, I voted for him. There's a lot of things I like about Trump. But in terms of business, overall, Trump is not that great. Maybe it's because he has so many irons in the fire. I don't know. But I just have a hard time seeing this merger go through with DWAC and Truth Social. I'm just so skeptical, and I don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot of people holding this thing, and a lot of our people watching right now. There's a lot of y'all holding this. I already know this. On one hand, it does make sense to get in, while the PPS is low for a social media platform and yada, yada, yada. But on the other hand, there hasn't been really, like, what official talk has there been from Truth Social and DWAC? Huge red flag.
Well, for me, it's like they can do all they want. DWAC can do all it's want. I've traded DWC up and down, but again, I'm taking 50-cent, $1.50 wins and getting out of there. I'm not holding this long term. I do know a couple of people that put it in their portfolio and have held it long term, hoping that it goes to $100. But until they're officially open for business, I don't really care. I mean, I'm not worried about what's going on. And when he does that tweet like yesterday, that's on my screen there, I just see that as a form of a pump or fanning the flames. And when I look at his business model, it would scare the living jeebies out of me that to be as an investor in that company.
Yeah, it really would. And for there only be about a $3 pump here, that's a strong signal that there's not much interest in this. If Trump is saying, basically that's him giving a hint that the platform is about ready to be released. People are not dumb. If the pump is only right here at three points, there's a lot of people who are not feeling confident in this. Wall Street is not feeling confident in this, or else this thing would be pushing up. And that's what we need to watch out for. Also, too, who knows? Wall Street could be baiting retail, traders into this thing, especially the Trump train. And it's not that they're against Trump or anything. It's just they were here to make money as well. And they could be, slightly pushing it up so retail gets in here, and then they short the hell out of it when they're ready.
Also, it was announced yesterday. I was listening to either Fox News or CNN News. Trump's accountant is no longer with him. Don't know why. Don't know if it was like he's old or if there's issues going on. But they spun it as a negative story, not a positive story. That when you lose the guy who has all the keys to the kingdom, is a bad situation.
Yeah, and they just came out and said, really, all those financial statements were pretty much, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but the way I took it was, pretty much that they were not as accurate as what was stated, and that they were used to get business loans and different stuff like that. But that makes me, ask the question like, okay, you're the CPA trying to out him on this. weren't you the guys who did his filings? Like, where do you fall into place with doing illegal shit? You know,
Yeah,
like
your
you're
hands can't be
yeah,
clean.
yeah. So I don't know. These are just things that you have to keep in mind when you're trading a stock, especially one. I mean, really, DWAC is a weird stock if we're just going to be honest, because it only exists with popularity due to Donald Trump.
So if they want to make money, why are they messing around with a stock? Just go create a Trump NFT and sell it to their 49.9% US members, and they will make a shitload of money.
You know, I would have thought that, and that would actually would have made more sense for Donald Trump to do, was to create his own NFT, sell it, you know, on the marketplace, and make just a shit ton of money. I mean, they could literally get around all the SEC regulations doing that, not have to do any filings, remain a private company. But the big factor in all this is Donald Trump does not believe in crypto.
Well, and that's okay, but he would have to have, he could literally sell NFTs and give them nothing in return, and people would be happy to have a little Trump.
I agree. I 100% agree. But he's so against crypto that he won't even do that, which to me, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's mind blowing. You know, I mean, hell, the former first lady, she's selling her own NFT on Solana, and I mean, he was turning around bashing it. So I don't know, but I mean, that would have been a smart move. I mean, hell, like, let's be real, guys. Like, whether you love Trump or not, his NFTs would be booming, and he would not have to answer to anybody. That would have been the smartest thing.
All right, we're less than 5 minutes to the market, about 4.5. Karen mentioned earlier that there's an FOMC minutes being released today at 2:00 that could have some play on the market. Do you want to do a quick run through comments, or we're tight for time?
I've been kind of looking at the comments. Let's see. I didn't really see any tickers thrown out, but yeah, just slow market. Everybody's just kind of sitting on their hands. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up right there. Do you have anything else, Todd?
No, I'm good. Thanks for me. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button on your way out, helps us out a little bit. Appreciate it.
And subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, there's still like 63% of y'all who are not subscribed, who come back every day and watch the show. So, all right, everybody, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Remember, trade safe, trade smart, and we will catch y'all in the next one.